I'm a living testament that the world is yours. If you put your mind to it, anything is possible.
I think I speak for many when I say that 2020 wasn't exactly the year of the come-up, at least for majority of us. But for some, 2020 was the year where everything took off and finally happened. Like I said, this isn't common considering the year that we just had, but I really do think it's important to recognize those who beat the odds and were able to excel this year. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Regardless of it's 2020, regardless of how poppin' you may have been, a come-up is a come-up, and those are hard to come by this year. So in this very special edition of Famous News, we'll be taking a look at some of the biggest come-ups of 2020. Be sure to like and subscribe. My name is Clyde Smith. Follow me on the gram. Now let's get into this video.
This is nice.
Oh no! You still didn't like me. You shot me.
Just send the location.
I'm number one.
My calling is to be the leader of the free world.
Now, before we really dive into this, let's sort of outline what I mean when I say that these people had a come up. Now, maybe the artist being mentioned was practically a nobody and never been heard of until 2020. Maybe the public opinion on said artist was really negative until this year, or perhaps an artist falling into obscurity but regained their relevancy this year. There really is a million different ways that you could have a come up. And I'd like to start things off with Jack Harlow, who rose to fame this year with his smash hit, What's Poppin'. Now, Jack barely had any relevancy until this song blew up earlier this year, and recently released an album that exceeded many critics' expectations and sales projections. Next up is 1/3 of the Griselda team with Benny the Butcher, who had a monster year and somehow seemed to receive little media coverage for it. Benny's biggest moment this year, by far, came from his debut album that dropped in October, which received critical acclaim, separating Benny from like all those other lyrical miracle rappers. Everybody is on the edge of their seat waiting to see what Benny does next. Alright, now representing the ladies, Mulatto, Big Lotto, who had an amazing year, being one of the XXL freshmen and released a slew of singles that were well received. Also getting co-signs from all the people that you'd probably want to co-sign from 21 Savage to Nicki Minaj. At the beginning of the year, Big Lotto was more of a, yeah, I've heard of her, and now she's a household name in the scene of hip-hop. Next one is one of the biggest OGs that we have in the game with Nas, who seriously had a big come up this year, and please let me tell you why. Many looked at Nas as this legacy act that relied on nostalgia, who was at the end of his career, and he proved all those people wrong with his Hit Boy produced album that was released earlier this year. If you haven't heard it, please do. It was one of the best releases this year by far, as well as being nominated for a Grammy. So hopefully we can finally see one of the biggest travesties in the music industry being rectified by Nas winning a Grammy. Alright, and last and certainly not least, I don't think we could do this list without mentioning the rock star himself, Mario Judah! Now, Mario was not even really taking rap all that serious at the beginning of this year, mainly working as a producer, but after linking up with One Room Media, releasing the videos for Crush and Die Very Rough, Mario has carved out one of the most unique lanes in hip-hop, with shocking visuals and aggressive melodic tunes. He also low-key bullied Playboi Carti into releasing an album. Everybody seriously wants to see what he does next, so I think it's safe to say Mario Judah for sure probably had the biggest come up this year. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those were the biggest come-ups of 2020. What do you guys think? Is there somebody who had a bigger come-up? Who's gonna have the biggest come-up in 2021? Let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Clyde Smith, and this has been Famous News.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Now, we drop a new video each and every day, so here's a recent drop that you might enjoy. We handpicked that one for you because if you like this video, you'll probably like that. We also got playlists like over here, so click on that if you want to see a whole list of a bunch of videos we've dropped in the past. And if you're new to the Fame Gang, be sure to subscribe and turn on them post notifications, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!